Welcome to this episode 509. And today we'll be covering stick seminar and with Mark Medeiros.
I'm here.
And here are, and that's really I didn't off that shit. I'm not sure what was on. But anyway, how you guys doing?
You're freezing up again there, Dean.
Rene
Yeah.
frozen. Oh no, he's not frozen.
No, I'm
I have
only
no
in here,
idea
guys.
what's going on.
Only in here.
Still?
Yeah. There we go. You're better. You're back.
Am I still freezing?
A little bit. Yeah, off and on.
I'm not sure. This whole time, so condition. I don't know.
I love that
No,
picture
no.
you sent, Rene.
Which one?
The close-up of your eye.
Yeah.
You said,
There we go. We have to run with this camera instead. This whole thing I'm gonna have to just redo. So, what do you guys got cooking next Saturday or Sunday, right?
yeah, we got. I'm very excited. It's my first time doing something with Rene like that. I know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be sharing some tactics that we've tested and played with regards to utilizing the stick on the ground for submissions, but also not just for submissions. So the biggest thing I had when I was having like sparring matches and stuff like that was sometimes I found like when I went to the ground, because I'm trying to control their stick, or they're also trying to control my stick. It was kind of this like stalemate stuff, and sometimes going for the subs didn't work, especially because of the mask. Sometimes gets in the way. I found that sometimes there was like this need to want to, or I noticed other people doing it as well. They would throw their tool away. Or hyper focus on just the other person's tool. And I was trying to look at ways that I could use my tool for frames, but also hide my tool, but still keep them on me so that I can free up my hands for ground and pound.
It's okay.
So we some stuff like that. And then when doing these three frames, there's like three main frames that we used: one in mount, and then two when we're on the bottom, like whether it be half guard or full guard. We found that the way that we were using them were allowing us to control people, but also allowing us to free up one of our hands so that we can punch and control their stick better. And then we started playing with it and started finding a bunch of submissions that we thought were pretty effective from it. So that's what I'm looking to share.
Nice. When when you're in there, stuff I kind of got from Bert, and like for instance, if you were my guard, are you keeping your stick back here which enables you offense, but at the same time controlling theirs?
I found like when I was trying to like hit people with this, like I bring my stick back so that they can't control
Right.
my arm. But when we started playing with that too, it's like if the guy has any grappling, he might use that like spider guard on you. So he might put his foot in the crook of your elbow and now control and negate your arm. So like I'll say one simple thing I did. If I was in mount and I needed to like clear, restrict, or create opportunity, I would use that bringing my arm back to get the stick out of the range. But then what I would do is I would kind of like posture up a little bit. I put weight on them and I lift myself slightly so I can tuck my stick in behind my knee. And I would not leave it out where it's I would like choke up on it so that only a little bit of it was exposed. When I come up and I sit behind that stick and then I sit back down, my weight compressing the stick is not going to make it easy for him to take that out. But when I have my stick tucked there, now I have both hands. So now I can push down his arm. I can push down his stick. I can push his arm across his face. I can throw punches, and I can easily access my stick again. So it's like temporarily letting my knee kind of hold that with my weight, securing it, while I free up my hands to negotiate the challenge I'm having with their stick or to set up a position. Like I could push their arm back almost like in a key lock. If I go behind their head and I cup their elbow, now their arm's like this. Now I can smash and go for my stick and use puño.
Yeah, okay.
So it's stuff like that we were kind of like playing with that we found some cool stuff in there that were able to allow us to, ideally the whole thing was is like not when being felt like I want to throw my stick away, abandon the stick so I can just do my thing. We didn't want to lose the stick. We didn't want to throw away the stick. So we were just trying to problem solve on how can we holster the stick, secure the stick, or negate their hands or their strikes, but doing it in a way where I can free up my hands. Because if I had more hands to work without throwing the stick away, that can give me some better odds. We found.
What about the fang choke? Like I tried with the play around with the fang choke, but guys are countering it. I found. I don't know if it's just through evolution or they just know that they just block and
How are
you guys
they?
have.
How are they countering it?
Why would it go there? They would just check it. They would check my attempt to do it. I mean, I could have been off as well too. As far as application. Um, so Renee, what are you gonna show?
Um, I like hitting people, and not necessarily with my stick. Um, I think the problem I find with a lot of people when they're doing stick sparring or whatever is that they forget that they're in a fight. They just happen to be holding a stick. Um, it's not stick fighting to me; it's a fight. And what I find people don't do is they don't insert kicking, knees, elbows, headbutts, and all the other nastiness that's out there. Which is to me, like to me, it's a game changer or a fight ender in many ways. Um, but what I find is that people get so fixated on the stick. So I just have this uh, thing I've been working on for a while, and it's nothing new. It's just working off your ones and twos and learning how to insert and adding more and more and more until you're overwhelmed and you don't have a choice. You actually have to do something about it. So and to me, it's practicing entries. It's getting in and hitting, getting out and hitting, getting in the way, getting out of the way, and it's I hate to say it, but sometimes you have to learn how to sacrifice something to get in to do what you want to do.
Mm,
Um,
you
so
mean the
like when you talk
initial takedown setup, or just in general?
anything in general, like I'll take a shot off my ribs if I can clinch you and knee you in the liver.
Mm,
I have no problems with that. Will it hurt? Yeah, but I guarantee you my liver shot will hurt a lot more if it lands properly. That is.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. Like for example, having been fang choked by Eric, he's got that down to a science, right? Like by the time you realize where you are, it's too late. It's not. It literally is the butt of the stick
yeah,
driving into your trachea.
yeah, I know. It's
Um, and even like if you remember that clinch drill, that clinch video that I sent you that you posted once, it's the stick that's doing the damage, right? It's I'm really driving that in. Like my structure has to be there, of course, but if it's not, it's still the stick that's going to be hurting. And as soon as I feel that disconnect, there's a drill that I used to really like to do where I just do a clinch with my partner, and I have a stick in one hand, and I have to try to get my stick out to hit. So as soon as I feel that gap,
okay.
that's when the stick comes out, or I dig the stick into the sternum. And then and I learned this one from Arlen, which was great. Is he would actually clinch with me, put the stick in his armpit, clinch with me, and then just drop backwards.
Mm,
And so I would it's called a table leg, right? I would literally, if I held on, then that stick's going through me. If I let go, I'm up. And you have to also remember the sticks that we were using were pointy, so it
yeah,
added to the flavor. And
pointy.
it doesn't
Ooh,
take much to make someone let go when they're doing that. So like a lot of the stuff that Mark's been doing with the grappling stuff is really cool. I really enjoy it. Um, it kind of reminds me of some of the stuff. It wasn't similar to what Mark was doing. I'm not. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it that way. But we used to do a drill where one guy's just trying to get away, while the other guy's trying to keep him on the ground.
okay.
Uh, and that can really play with, the stuff that we're going to be doing. So for me, I don't. It's not that I can't grapple. I just don't like it. To be on
Yeah,
the ground, it
yeah.
just doesn't feel natural to me. I don't feel I can generate the power that I need. Like with, for example, with I think Papadakis, he would get you on the ground, then he would stand up real quick. And when you put your feet up, like in that
Oh,
instinct move, and he would just stigmata your feet.
Oh,
It was. I remember taking one shot off the bottom of my foot, and that was a very painful plane ride home.
uh,
But that's kind of my mentality. It's like I want to play, but I want to make sure that my play relates to the scrapping, right?
mm.
So that's what I have planned.
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember. I remember being in class once where Rene was teaching some of that clinch stuff, and I'm telling you, man, that shit does not feel good.
Yeah,
no,
you're
Does
the
his
one
not.
that actually made
clinches,
the
yeah.
video.
Yeah, it was great. I love that. I don't drive an hour to train with people unless I know I'm gonna get something of value. And every time I came down to train with Rene, I always took something valuable because I think that's one reason why I kind of find myself I get along with Rene is because I appreciate his just like bluntness and just like, hey, let's get to the fucking magic here. And
My sense of humor and fashion style as well. But
well, it's really your charismatic charisma and gentleness and your smile that bring me joy.
Mm.
But it's just getting to just let's here it is, let's get to it, And I think that's the thing that people get caught up is like they like I've seen a lot of sparring matches where people are like swinging at the other person's stick. Why? You know what I mean? It's like it's they do so many drills that like when they spar now, it's like they're just clicking sticks. They're
yeah,
not
Oh, because of all the,
Yeah,
yeah,
like they're not actually like looking to smack the thigh or the hand or the head. It's like when they swing, it's like, oh, if this were for real, it would hit you in the head, but I'm just swinging at your stick. But I'm like, but that's what the helmet's for. You know what I mean? But that's what the helmet's for. It's
yeah.
yeah,
like
that's like getting into a gunfight and just doing warning shots.
I understand like I understand like the safety of your training partner. It's
Sure.
very That's the most important training equipment you have. However, you do them a disservice if you like you're not doing them a favor by going too easy on them. Find out what that threshold is. But even if I'm not swinging 100%, I'm still trying to touch your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
Because
not, I mean, you're not doing them any favors, right?
how you going to build proper defense and reflex if you're not swinging at the actual target?
Yeah, no, understood.
There's a drill which I like to do, which is basically just knife versus stick, and to me that generates some really good footwork. Like for example, with like Eric, he like and I say this story ad nauseum sort of thing, but when he and I did that drill together, he had his mask kind of halfway over his head, and as he slid it down, he goes, "Rene, it's my duty as your friend to hit you as hard as I can," and he put his mask on, right? But he wasn't like malicious; he was just telling me he's going to hit me as hard as he can, and my footwork changed quite a bit. And he's the guy with the knife. And I thought I could
Mm,
keep my bay with a stick, but knife will always win, as far as I'm concerned. Like if unless you knock that guy clean out, he's gonna mess you up. But it really changed the way I move my feet because like he was coming in guns blazing
yeah, that's,
and hitting his, like if he had a stick, hitting his stick would have done nothing. Like I hit him
yeah.
across the hand and I have I literally saw the stick bounce off the side of his jaw and he kept coming and I was like, oh god,
Yeah,
here it
with a
goes.
knife. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I think drills like that are important. It's and like Mark said, like whenever my classes were on, like we had fun and I joke and I laugh when people get hurt, but it's still it has to be intensity. Like it's any other sport that you do, you have to have some intent behind it. Otherwise, what's the point? Like it's like if we're just gonna sit there and swing sticks at each other and just pretend that we're really good, and every time Mark hits me, I'm like, "Oh, you're so good!" Oh, and I hit him. He's like, "Oh, Rene, this is fantastic." I'd rather just sit at home and just play a video game if that's the case. You know.
Yeah, no, no,
Oh,
no. So
time's up.
we're yeah. All right, see you guys later. Where's that? Hey, what's your group there? And where that video is? Is it Toro? What is it? You're
Which one?
on YouTube. On the YouTube?
Oh, the one that Mark made.
Correct.
Oh,
Uh, I think that's on Mark's YouTube
hold
page.
on a second. I can. Are you talking about when Rene shared his little dirty tricks?
Yeah, if you can reference what channel, I mean, I could pull it from the YouTube.
Let me find it right now, and then I'll send it to you while you guys chat. I'll see if I can find that for you.
So
By the way,
Renee, you'll be.
the bubbly lime is fantastic. I don't
Oh,
know if you
Bob,
guys have had it yet. Mark, have
I
you
have
had it yet?
not had it. No,
No,
but
No, no. It's not that I'm trying to get sponsored or anything, but just let me tell you, the bubbly lime is so tasty. It's refreshing.
the
It's got a
bubbly
little hint of
lime
lime. It's quite
is
good.
bubbly lime.
Bubbly lime. Now, if
And
you try their cheaper counterpart, the Aha,
what's that?
exactly, exactly. Stick with the bubbly.
So are you?
It's quite safe to drink out of your drinking horns as well.
Is, so what are you gonna be showing on next week? Are you entering Renee? Is it gonna be mostly under roof or however you get there?
No, I'm actually not going to. We're not going to be going off the blocks. We're going in off the swings.
Oh, so just
nice.
swinging with the after momentum and coming right in.
It's going to be like a metronome power shot of ones and twos, and you have to learn to get in through there. Because getting in off a block is, I'm not going to say it's easier, but it's definitely less challenging than it would be to come off a shot. And
Mm,
most people expect you to block them before you attack them, and I don't want to do that. I want to actually meet force on force and then learn how to get in.
it's interesting. Okay.
Proactive. Hey Dean, I sent you that link in the messenger chat with me and Renee.
Okay. Let me. Should be easy enough to pull it up. Um.
Also, while you're looking for that, I gotta say, I never liked using double stick. I always preferred single stick because I like the ability to use my hand to trap, manipulate, or grab.
Okay.
Um, the only time I use double stick now is in the Kirby Kerbong format. It's the only way it
Yeah.
makes sense for me. Having the sticks always pointed forward, the way I incorporate my teeps, the way the swings that kind of change the angle in the mid. It's not just like a chambering like this. I don't. I never felt like. I always felt like one stick too many was making me feel limited. But
Interesting.
when I
Okay.
have the two sticks in the Kirby format, that made more sense to me. I'd rather fight with that. I still prefer one single stick, but if I had to use two stick, I would go with that kind of template. It's more
Here,
aggressive. It's more aggressive.
I'm gonna try to. How can I make this? Let me
Maybe I
just play
should
around. No, that's not what I want. You know what? That might be the best. Actually, that's gonna work better. Okay, let's. Hmm,
And Mark's point, there is at no point do I want to abandon my stick.
No.
Like unless I really had to. Like unless it's like broken or like my hand's broken, I can't hold on to it. I'm not one of those people that wants to let go of the stick. The only time, actually, I lied. If I hear someone like the time monitors say like 10 seconds, I might just whip my stick at them just for the hell of it because I find that stuff funny. But for the most part, like Mark said, I don't abandon that weapon unless it becomes a hindrance.
I
Like if
do like what you showed there. Like I'm coming in, like most people, they're doing this or doing this or doing this, side by a lock or whatever. But that coming through here and then the collar tie and wedging that in, and when he breaks out, I mean, I could totally see like that whole flow.
even when that
Um,
stick, I don't know, stick on me. Even when that stick is wedged against my chest, like chest to chest, and I'm crunching it in, it's literally like a pair of scissors on the neck.
I can only imagine.
Um, and there's a couple guys in Vancouver, which were actually they did something really nasty, which I thought was great. Uh, so they did the clinch, the collar tie, and they started like crunching on the person's neck. The person grabbed their stick and pulled it down, and as they pulled it down, they actually kneed their own stick. So I drove it up into the sternum, and one time the guy got it in the neck, and I was like, "That is fantastic."
Yeah, that would come out just incidentally. You know what I mean? By his own reaction, right?
But it's
Um,
it's the innovation behind it that I like, right? It's like, okay, I can't drop this guy because he weighs too much, but if I need my own stick and the person's holding on to it, it's gonna suck for him.
that's so clever. Wow. When I'm up in Toronto, September, if you can show me that, I'll play around
I
with
clean my
that.
basement out, so yeah.
So I won't be intentionally tripping over anything, or
And again, I think that's the reason I like Mark's stuff is that it resonates with my one is my mentality on fighting, and number two is some of the thought process of like why get rid of your stick? Like why? Like honestly, why get rid of your stick?
I was seeing that a few times. If they got the person a mount or something, they're kind of putting it right there, like next to them. I mean, I've seen that a few times, but really specifically from the mount position, I've seen that.
Well, it's when we hit the ground, people will take the masks off, right? But if I look at the which whatever, I don't mind. But in some of the old school videos, what I really enjoy is as they're trying to take the mask off, these guys are still fighting.
Yeah. Some of the stuff that too we're looking at too is like if you think about how jujitsu uses the gi, right? They use the
Mm,
clothing and shit like that. Um, One of the things we also looked at as well is if the person has their mask on, right?
okay,
The mask has that lip, right? That cloth on the bottom here.
correct.
So when we're like, we'll do things where we're in mount, I'll actually have my arm go underneath and I'll use that cloth and push it to hold it. And he can actually get Ezekiel chokes from that.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
we're
I've
looking
actually
at,
it's I've cut mine off on all my masks, and like my first gen mask doesn't have it for two reasons. Like number one, I hate having stuff. I just feel claustrophobic, and number two is my range of motion is so much greater when I don't have that half a fucking pizza on my neck,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
As
you're
opposed,
okay. All right.
So what I tell people is either grab the bib, fold it on the inside of your mask, so it gives it a snugger fit, or just cut the damn thing out. If you're worried about getting hit in the neck, just wear a neck guard.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'll use this because it's there for me. So if I have somebody on the ground, I can push this here, and it'll actually help turn their mask and make it rest on their face
Ah,
uncomfortably. I
got
want
it.
to change the frame of this to actually rest on their cheekbone,
Got
and
it.
I'll use pain that way. So we're looking at trying to use tactics from jiu-jitsu, but incorporate in such a way where like I'm using everything. I'm trying to think outside the box, and I'm just trying to see like how can I use tactics that work for me here and translate it for the stick,
And
right?
translated to what mask he's wearing. No,
100%.
no.
And another thing I like to show too is if I'm in someone's guard, or sorry, someone's in my guard. If I fall, if I have them in between my legs here like this, I'm not really going to hit them much with here, even if I'm using punyo. They have the ability to control my arm, push it against the ground, key lock me, straight arm bar me. Right? So one thing that we'll do is right away, I want to get this behind them and I'll open up my guard. I'll stick it in here and I have my guard here, but now this stick goes across the back of their head.
Mm.
And so now I can hold it from this side or this side here. I can pull them down. I can pull them down. I can control them. I can hit them. And then when I want to release it, when I want to, if I switch my grip here, I want to open my leg and it slides up. They're caught in between that. There's my.
Caught it. Their neck. Yeah.
There's a cool move that actually someone did to me once, which I still haven't forgotten them for. Is I fell into their guard, and as I was trying to get up, they kind of wrapped themselves around me, and they got the stick, and they literally stuck it in my clavicle, and then they just started stretching and just started digging that in, and I had to stop just because even though I was in a complete adrenal state, the amount of pain I was feeling,
Oh,
it felt like my clavicle was being separated. It was just so fucking painful. Some guys will start smashing, which hurts, but I think that it's like pulling a tooth. Not that I've pulled too many teeth in my life, but it's just that intense pressure just starts to amplify. And then when you
mm.
actually start realizing what's happening, you start panicking. It gets even worse.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I like that move, Mark. That
And even using the pain, like what Rene was saying, right? I'm using that pain compliance, and like Rene was saying, it makes the person want to escape, right? So, for example, too, if I have them in my guard and I'm working this, and I get like my like a hook on their hip, foot on their hip, or if I got
Mm.
like that shield in, when I let them, I give them space for them to get up. I let them get up, but I slide my shin up to their neck, and now I use this to push my neck. So I'm actually choking them because I have my shin bone across their carotid artery, and I'm putting the weight of the stick to the back of the neck, which doesn't feel good either. And I'm actually holding them there. And then they continue to struggle. It allows me to get a sweep as well. I actually sent you a link in the group chat as well that kind of shows a promo. Mind you, this is when I was doing stuff with Paulo, but you can still see the promo. Some of the stuff is there. You'll be able to see. I don't know if you want
Let
to
me
put
check
that
it
on.
out.
there's something really cool from falling into people's guards as well, and not letting go of your stick. If you manage to take your stick and put it on their neck, and then do like
The chokes.
no, like put it on their neck and start try to push like you're walking, like you're pushing a what do you call it,
Oh,
a sled.
that's
It
nasty.
Oh yeah, it's brutal, but it makes people let go real quick because they have that panic, like, oh my god, this guy's dragging my head across the gravel or whatever we're using.
And that seems to be the theme, right? Don't let the stick inhibit you what you can do. Utilize the stick to help you do what you need to
Yeah,
do.
don't go chasing waterfalls, is what I say.
Hey,
Don't
Tim.
chase what you can't catch. Right? That's just.
So
Um,
Tim, you'll get to meet Tim Rene. He's an awesome guy. He's a Bondo guy. He was just actually at combat today. He's going to be looking to come out along with Ron to the seminar. A couple of guys
Cool.
from combat today were they told me this guy Darren, he's looking to come out. Should be a good time.
Sweet.
Here we go. I was able to pull it up. Okay. Oh, I remember seeing this some time ago. Yeah. The line in the sand. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to watch all the dramatic stuff, but if you go forward, you'll see some of the actual techniques that I'm going to be showing, which is what I really care about. little bit further, a little bit further.
A little further.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yeah, so stuff like this, you start to see. Gotta fast forward and shit.
Fast forward.
Yeah, keep
That's
going, keep
good.
going. Right.
A little further.
That's it. Yeah, go a little further. You'll start to see. There you go. Here, watch. You'll start to see
Okay.
some samples of stuff that we're doing here. Want to see the shit on the neck like I was talking about? See how my leg hooks around that to get maximum, I can get the choke and still have my hands? This is what I'm talking about, hiding the stick.
Mm,
See what I do here? So it allows you to free that ground and pound.
yeah. Mm.
Kurt says he can't see it. There's a baseball choke. This is nice. That's what I'm talking about, using that anchor. Renee's laughing. That's good.
It's awesome.
That's good there. Yeah, that's
I
good.
remember seeing those promos.
But that was about like a year and a half worth of work that we were like. I'm thankful. Shout out to Taylor Jiu Jitsu, where it's being hosted. But Renshi Scott Taylor and Sensei Nick Arachi, good friends of mine. I've been training with them for a long time. Open minded guys. Anytime I come to them and say, "Hey man, can I try some shit on you guys?" They actually help me like where my thought process was going on the jiu-jitsu
Mm.
side of stuff. They would tighten it up for me and say, you know what, this might work better if you fix this. So they were my reference as far as the jiu-jitsu side of things. And it's guys like him and Rene and Nick and Renshi, like these are people that are valuable to me because they help me and they help me work. You know what I mean? They'll give me insights. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to share this, and I'm excited to have like add the ground stuff to Renee's stand up stuff. And I'm looking forward to learning as well. Like, I'm not going to just go there and teach, I'm jumping in Renee's session.
So how long is it going for?
It's 8 hours.
No way.
No, Renee's fucking with you. It's about 4 hours, right? 2 and 2 hours with a break
Yeah.
in between. Huh? Yeah, 2 to 6 p.m. On Saturday, April 12th, 595 Wentworth Street, Oshawa, Unit 51 at Taylor Jiu Jitsu. Should be a good time.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, 8 hours with Renee. Oh my God, yeah.
That's just me talking. It's funny. I was just having these like flashbacks of some of the stuff going on from guard, just because of some of the stuff that Mark was showing. There's one more which I kind of like to share is falling into someone's guard. You still have your stick on. You haven't let go. Let them grab onto you. That's fine. Whatever. They might eat a hit or two. If you grab your stick, put it on their chest or wherever, soft tissue, and try to stand up,
Mm,
and not just like slowly, but really just start jamming that thing in there. It changes people's view on holding on to you. It's just
yeah.
something that I remember. Again, a lot of the stuff, if I haven't done it to I either have done it to somebody or someone's done it to me.
Or it's been done to you, right? Right.
Yeah. I'm not into this theoretical nonsense of like, this is the number one disarm for a stick. Let
Yeah.
my friend the zombie show you how it works.
Yeah. It might start from there, but you have to evolve that to like, okay, here's what we're thinking, here's what we're drilling. Okay, but now we got to test it. I find that's like the best part. Through the problem solving, you're gonna find the what ifs. You're gonna find the common obstacles that get in the way, and you're
Yeah.
also gonna be able to quantify with data what are you successfully able to actually pull off on a majority.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the highest percentage? And that's the
Yeah,
outlook I took with Anthony
Yeah, and
Hennigan's knife. Not 100%.
especially like when you're dealing with people at different levels, right? I always find that people that get,
Different levels, different sizes, right?
yeah, like the people who are brand new to this is usually the people who are like, they're the ones I've I've walked away with a broken finger or two just because they're freaking out, which I absolutely love. Just for those who are coming and who are watching, please, please, please bring gloves and a mask.
Mask.
If you don't have a
Yes.
mask, I might have a couple of spare masks, but they're not the nice ones. They're the ones that are, screen doors type things. So um, it's
The one
quite
like you
important.
haven't.
And I'm again, and for me, usually it's protect your chiclets and your groin, and get some gloves. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how thick your gloves are. Like it's if you want to wear hockey gloves, and wear hockey gloves. That's I'm not there. This is not a judgment thing. We're just going out there to have some fun.
Yeah.
And
But you
by
guys
no
are going
means do I expect anybody to go like crazy or you know like I don't know.
Yeah.
right.
Full disclosure, we just moved into the facility. I don't need stick holes. I don't need holes in the wall from the sticks. Keep the
Yeah.
sticks
I'm sure the
on the
owner would love that, right?
sticks on the target.
Well, I'm not bringing my sharp ones. I'm just bringing the regular sticks.
Okay.
So here's the flyer by itself. So
Wait,
see if I can
Yeah, I
pull it out.
appreciate
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so obviously, if folks got questions, they can get a hold of either one of you, right?
Yeah, if that right on that flyer is a QR code, you can register there. If you show up at the door and pay cash, that's fine too. Just space is limited. I don't think it's gonna be a huge, but I think we'll be okay for the size. Uh, it was working. It was good working with Ron today. He's much bigger, made me work. Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, Tim's a real badass. I love Tim.
sorry, Tim. Which Rob is that? Rob from Welland?
What's his name? He's an old school guy. I can't remember his last name.
Like starts with a B, right? Or
Yeah, I
Schultz?
believe.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
believe.
guy. That dude's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It was nice seeing him again.
So we'll all be together well. I shouldn't say pretty soon, but fall, right?
Yeah, I got. So I let some people know about you coming down in September, Dean. I got a lot of people who are excited to kind of to have you and work with you. Though people who have heard of you, never met you, and just people who are like really wanting to see it from the source here. So that's going to be yeah, Ron from St. Catherine. You just met him today, but right, it's the same guy you're talking about, I believe, Rene.
Yeah, we used to train together quite a bit.
Yeah, he's an OG. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But yeah, so Dean, it's going to be a good time, man. People are looking forward to it. It's a good energy and buzz around it already.
Oh, that's great.
Some
And thank
guys in
you again.
Mississauga, and there's a few guys up on my end that'll be going there too. So
So
yeah,
whenever you want, let that flyer rip.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. I'll start
again,
getting it.
so I talked to Rene. Rene is kind enough to, well, when I last checked, it was significantly cheaper to go to Buffalo, and Rene is kind enough to pick me up. So,
Hey, I love getting searched at the border, so that's why I figured.
Don't bathe for a few days prior.
Oh, dude, last time I went to go pick up Dean, I was held for how many hours? Like 3 or 4 hours. That was
Oh
awesome.
shit!
Yeah, I always get I always get selected for an extended search. I'm not sure why. Um, but like the guys are really gentle, and it's like a cheap massage. So
Oh fuck!
yeah, let's do this.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I look forward to it, Dean. I look forward to it. The
Well,
last
yeah, I do
I
too.
like the last time you did the Blade Tech, um, when Renee hosted you there. Some good stuff, man. I liked it. I could tell I could tell you pressure test your shit too. And I like that's where it's at for me.
Yeah,
People who are really doing the research and are like, because I know now that I'm working with you, I know that there's a lot of stuff that's being done in the background from all of us. You're not seeing that always posted. It's not about that, and it's about doing that work and sharing it with each other, and that's the stuff that's really got me motivated. Is just getting down to it and figuring it out, the problem solving, the exploration of it.
it's
That's
Well,
where
the
I find.
hardest part.
Don't let him fool you because he's a pretty scary individual, man. Like
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know because I can see when you know when somebody teaches you something and you're like, oh, what if this or what if this, and they already have an answer for you, but that answer makes sense. Please don't headbutt anyone. Oh, he has to. It's
well,
tradition.
it's weird because like so the first night that Dean stayed over, look, we had like a sparring match and just had some fun. At like 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with a training knife on my neck, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "Blade tech, motherfucker, blade tech."
Know it, learn it, live
Uh,
it.
right.
No, Mark. Yeah, it's the funnest part. Like you were saying, Mark. Like when you get with a group of like-minded guys and you problem solve and you come up with stuff that is pretty solidified with resistance and not necessarily 100%, but a high percentage. You know what I mean? There's nothing more gratifying for me with working in nucleus like that with like-minded people. Yeah, that's that.
It also gives you the confidence of as an instructor
Yeah,
because when I'm like today we shared some stuff today, and the reason why we're having success with these workshops and people are actually coming back a second time for the same material, we just added a few different things from the last time so that we make sure people walk away with something new. But because we really, number one, you can have people just show you something at a surface level and I say, oh, yeah, that's cool. But when people can show it to you, but articulate it and break it down for the what, where, why, when, and how, and explain to you in that sense where it makes sense, and how the nuances into transition and the energy and why this is done this way and this is the path that leads to the, you only get that information by actually fucking doing it with resistance because that's where you find out, right? So
100%.
as an instructor, when you go to share that information now, you can do that with the utmost confidence, and people will feel it in the technique. Even if
Mm,
they don't have it down really well, they will physically be able to feel and understand how, oh, this works better than what I was doing because now I understand the leverage and shit. Oh,
yeah,
this makes
yeah,
sense. When you have the students start doing that and they can, without having to be good or super coordinated, they can just genuinely see what I was doing without prior knowledge versus what I'm doing right now has significantly already given me a better advantage. That is where the people are getting their money's worth. Now
yeah,
they
yeah,
now now they can go home with that. Now they have a place to start from, and then they, if they're smart, because going to a seminar doesn't mean I go to a seminar and now it's ingrained in my system and I'm going to be able to pull that out whenever I need. No, no, no. I'm going to a seminar so that I can have information. This is my next 6 months of training. I'm going to play with this shit.
yeah, yeah. No, you're doing. I mean, like, yeah, you're doing great. I mean, within respects to all what you're doing, and especially in WPM, I mean, you're moving incredibly, incredibly well. But folks ask me, how come you don't post videos? And I've just never been that type of guy. I post some stuff in the private groups, but I just generally don't do that.
You
I don't
move
know.
surprisingly quick for a big guy.
What's that?
You move surprisingly quick for a big guy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm just,
I didn't realize how tall you were until I met you in person. I didn't realize you're so. I'm also very fucking short.
but
You're tall for a Portuguese guy, man.
That's true. I'm the tallest one in my family.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that goes without saying, Renee. I mean, like I thought everybody was sharing that. I don't know. I mean,
Well, maybe the first part of my seminar, part of the seminar, I'll just talk about 355
I have to go watch it now. I don't get the joke.
and how, it's like body armor for your mind.
yeah. I just wow. I don't. It's like you said, life changing, right? so
Actually, sorry, Mark, we never really talked about it. Like, what are we doing with, like, can people make videos at the seminar and all that stuff, or are you going to shy away from that stuff?
I'll leave that up to you. I think maybe it depends who it is.
Yeah.
do you guys? So in other words, you let pictures, but questionable whether or not you guys are gonna let people film stuff.
I'm okay with them filming it, but like if you're filming it for your own reference
Mm.
to go and train it, cool. If you're filming it and then you're just don't, it's for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for you. And there are certain people that if I see them there and they try to film it, I'm gonna say no, filming, please. And if they don't
Yeah,
like
and
it,
people
I'll
that
give them their money
you
back,
know they're
give them
gonna
their
go
money
do the
back, and
work.
they can leave. You know?
Well, yeah, there's some people who will film and edit it, right? Like I've had that happen before, where someone will edit something that I've taught, and then it just doesn't make sense, right? Or it just looks
They actually
odd.
would do that. They edit like for the really.
Fuck
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it doesn't even mean that they did it on purpose. They just like, oh, I'm just going to show this part because it's cool, but they're not understanding. You're not sharing it in context,
Right. Right.
and then that's and then that's you out there getting people. I don't know. Social media is so toxic.
Yeah, it
Um,
can be. Yeah.
but unfortunately, like I know what it's like too. Right? You go to a seminar, like especially going to like a Francis Fong seminar or a Guru Danan seminar. Like, good luck remembering fucking everything. So sometimes I like take quick videos, quick clips. If
Mm.
it's shit that I've seen before, I don't bother. I just kind of, unless it's a new nuance, or I'll even voice record. Like I use my phone to voice record. Okay, on this setup, nuance thing I haven't learned. This, and this.
Yeah.
Because if I write it down, it makes sense when I write it down. 2 days later, I read my writing. I'm like, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't understand what this is. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think maybe Rene, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
mind
we.
people videotaping. I've had a couple of really funny experiences with that. Uh, Actually, it was even at one of the Beat the Craps where a guy had edited our match, and then it was like
Oh,
spliced together to make it look like he was like kicking the crap out of me and stuff like
his,
that.
his highlighted, yeah, his highlight reel.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had me in a headlock, and he was like, he turns over and his mouth is full of blood, and he's like smiling and sticking his tongue out. Um, but that's not how it went.
Yes.
And it just listen. That's part of my ego. I'll be 100% honest. It just really pissed me off. So, but anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah. That's so. How many you guys hoping to get, or what's the call off number?
Um. Well, there's a lot of people that have come, or that are some people registered. Some people haven't registered, but I know they're coming. I prefer them to register because then it gives me an absolute number.
Sure.
But I think honestly, for the space that we have, and because of the weapons, like I'm probably looking to cap it at like the most I would say would be good there would be like 12 people. But I'm hoping we get at least 8 to 10 people. Should be good.
You get 10 people. I mean, that's for that kind of seminar. I think that's fantastic. And
Anything to do with stick fighting, if you get more than two people, it's a success.
yeah, I mean,
Really
like
is.
in the way you guys are doing it, like you guys are actually they're going to be putting work in. Like you're telling them to bring gloves and a helmet. Like so, this ain't just like information
Well,
based.
this is the way I look at it. Like, why would you not go to if you go to a stick seminar? Why would you not bring a mask and gloves? Right? Like that's the reality. And to be honest with you, I'm not changing what I'm doing. So I'm saying this for your own protection. Like because there's always a stray stick that's going to smack you in the face. And the reality is, I like to train with the gear that I fight with. So I like to train with my, skinny mask. If I'm wearing
Mm,
gloves or not wearing gloves, that's, again, depending on the mood that I'm in. But I think, it's like anything that you do. If you go to a range and you never wear gloves, and the one that you put gloves on, it's a whole different ballgame, right? It's as far as feeling. To me, it is, and I'm just talking from my own personal experience.
No, you're
You know,
100% right. You're
um,
100% right because some of the stuff that we were doing on the ground, it made so much sense. And then when we put the gloves on, we couldn't do it because the gloves were too cumbersome.
mm,
So we had to like, oh shit, how do we change this up now? And that was like, it's such an obvious thing, but we didn't think about it because we were like, oh, we had the jujitsu mind. Now you have to put an FMN mind with it, and that's why the jujitsu has to change. And the FMA needs to change because you have to understand there's a jujitsu mind to this. It's a merging of worlds. That's why I don't like when people say FMA is better than jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu is better. Like it's like who's better in the fight,
mm,
who has the better skill set in the fight, and that's why I always was drawn to Jeet Kune Do because it was not. It was always about the artist. It was always about the fighter. That is the wild card. what are they good at and how good are they at transitioning from one thing to the other. If they got way more tools and have way more ways to problem solve in different ranges and they know how to mesh that shit together, guess what? They're going to be able to compute way faster than you can. Especially, and the reason why I grapple some people is straight up, I'm not a big guy. I don't want to fucking get hit and get my arm broken. So if I know that you're not a grappler, guess what I'm doing? And if you're a better grappler than me, guess what I'm not doing? And that's pretty much what it is, right? I want to fight you where I'm going to be the strongest or where you're the weakest.
Yeah,
It's funny,
absolutely.
like when I the first time I fought Thomas Holtman, and people are like, "Oh, by the way, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu," which I think he was a black belt shortly after. And he climbed on top of me in the middle of the scrap, and I was like, "I have this really cool idea. I'm going to jump up in the air and smash him on the ground." And I did, and then my arm is stretched out in a way that has never been stretched out before, and I could just feel all the fibers of my shoulder start to like click open. I'm like,
The
"Oh, he's
armbar,
breaking my arm."
yeah, the armbar.
Like, I think I'll tap now.
It's a
It
real
was like
thing, man.
it
It's
was
a
like
real thing.
that. It was like that. And I know it hurt coming down, like when I slammed him, but it was just he used the momentum of that slam to get me in an armbar.
It's not, and it's just like how you said before. Sometimes you'll eat one to fucking give the finisher.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
That's why I used to be a good wingman.
Oh fuck!
oh my gosh.
Tell me, Rene.
But I think that's kind of neat. You guys are going to collaborate on this. I think.
For
I think.
me, not to blow up Renee's ego or anything, but for me, I'm very excited. For me, it's like this is somebody that when I first came to combat, he was actually one of the people that made me not want to join it. Um, just joking. no, but when I walked in, I'm like, hey, I want to try the Cali class. I'm like, oh yeah, it's over there. Who's the instructor? That guy. And I look over and Renee's fucking giving somebody shit. I'm like, oh okay, cool. I'm not doing that class today. But but no, I learned a lot from this guy. I know he's been along for a long time. Arts is my home, and a lot of these guys, a lot of these OGs, like I appreciate the time that they put in. I make sure that one thing about me, I make sure I give respect to those who deserve it, to those people who did shit. Like I'm now following a path that was set by these people, whether or not I get along with them or not, or we change paths or we change like whatever. I still need to appreciate and acknowledge what they did because of them doing it. I'm now fucking being able to get it right. So,
Mm,
like I said today, like I did a seminar with Joey. For me, I was Joey's student 2007, and now we're standing side by side, sharing together. That's like a rite of passage for me personally. These are people that help develop me, and now that they give me enough respect that let me teach alongside them. That's like me getting a black belt. That's a check on my box. So I
mm.
appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to do it. And I'm looking forward to fucking crushing it and giving a good fucking session
Yeah,
because I want to be memorable.
man, it's like you've put time in, and I think that's the difference between you and a lot of people. But it's not just time in; you actually go out there and do stuff, right? Like it's at no point do I sit there and you're doing the zombie fights with people. You're actually, and I'm not doing this again. Like Mark knows me well enough that I don't mince words and I don't blow smoke up people's asses, right? Not, unless there's money involved. And then the main thing is, um, here's a guy who puts up with my nonsense and has put up with my nonsense for many, many years, and not just on a martial arts level of like, hey, you want to get together? Yeah, sure. I,
Yeah,
I don't show up.
that's okay. I love you. I'm patient.
But it's I enjoy watching people when they do something and test it out. To me, that's
Mm.
like the coolest thing in the world because it means that they actually give a shit about what they do. Uh, if someone says, "Yeah, I train in this," and they send me their videos of them doing some bullshit, like I just tell them, like, if you want my opinion, just be prepared for me not to say something nice to you. And the one thing with Mark, it's just like he's always like he's really pushing the envelope out there. right?
You can see it. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely.
You
Yeah,
should.
it's got that, his group they're doing, and it's got that group up
Well, I think
there,
you're gonna have
WPM.
a couple of good guys. You're gonna have a couple of good guys out of that group for Piper.
Oh,
There's some.
I'm sure of it. Yeah,
They're the cool thing is when you have people who already have like a martial arts background, like seasoned martial arts background,
yeah.
they learn fucking way faster.
Oh, yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, no. I've
You just
seen your
see
guys. Yeah,
you just see their creativity come out. Like that guy Oliver, he works hard. Like
yeah.
he's always practicing. He's always sending me shit. Like he'll be good, and you can tell he likes it. He really really likes it.
Oh,
You know,
good, good.
and that's what it comes down to. I'm enjoying it, but you know what? I'm enjoying it, but it's scary.
The reality when you like sit back or stand back and like really think
What
about
the
like
fuck is that, Rene?
what you're
What the
doing.
fuck is that?
Oh my God, that's not being released yet. Not till November.
What the fuck is that?
It's my new
Oh
subsystem.
my gosh, you guys are fucking too much. The banana trader. That's like the new like Kurt has his chicken. You guys have this thing.
It's
That's
all
It's a new system, man. It's a
the
new
new system.
system.
not to
We're
be
we're
released
working on it.
till, yes. Renee's gonna be the co-author.
That's hilarious.
To be
Karamba
released in
banana.
November.
Karamba banana. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fun. It's
All right.
Oh my gosh. But well, awesome guys. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to be a long one, so
Yeah, no, I'm good. I listen. I really appreciate you.
oh yeah, no, no, no. I was
You
due to reopen that
giving
plant
us an opportunity to
concept.
promote this. It's really
Hey,
cool of
are we
you.
doing this live anytime soon? Or?
Yes, right. Yes, we're gonna do after your guys' seminar. We'll do a live one. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Honestly, when you do your Piper seminar, you should do some live stuff. Like, I mean, like live, not live blades, but like broadcast it.
Oh, you know what? I often actually I can do that. That'd be easy to do. If they have internet there and a
Yeah.
local plug, I can easily do something and just circulate guys through. Um, like
Also,
Mark's guys and Mark's new guys might be interested. Maybe saying something.
yeah. Also, for you, so you know, Dean, I have a good friend of mine, colleague of mine. He's actually one of the guys in the group training. He was in the videos I sent you today. His name is Jakub. He's a really good guy. Um, he's gonna be he's gonna be filming the whole thing for you.
Oh
So
wow.
you have so you're gonna have the whole footage, and we'll also edit some shit so you can have some B-roll for your wherever your site or whatever you want to do with it.
Oh, that's really nice of him. I'll tell him
Oh, and don't
thank
Yeah.
you.
worry, he's going to give you a discount on that as well. So whatever.
No, it's the other way around. Give him a discount on the seminar,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
he'll film that. He'll film all that for you.
Oh my gosh.
He'll film B-roll. He'll film when you're actually teaching. He'll film you doing it, so you can take that clip and you can use it on in the groups, the Western Piper groups.
Yeah.
You can use that for whatever you need for.
That's very
So
nice of him. Tell him, yeah, absolutely. As far as
yeah, no
him,
problem. No
yeah,
problem.
definitely disc if not free for the yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he's got great like mics, lights, everything. So it'll be good for you. It'll be good for Piper.
I appreciate it. All right,
No
awesome.
problem.
And we're gonna be so fortunate. Renee should be there too. So
Yeah. Let's when you get in from Buffalo, before I leave, when you get in from Buffalo, I'd like to let's set up I'll meet up with you guys. I'll come to you guys. Let's go for dinner and drinks and shit, shoot the shit, and
yeah,
and then maybe head over to Renee's basement so
yes,
you can
Reggie.
check out banana rabbit.
I've had a bad experience there,
It's
so
actually called Chi. It's a new type of martial art.
it was traumatic. That experience.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dean. I
Oh,
appreciate you, man. And
anytime,
Renee, I look
anytime.
forward to
So
it.
yeah, I hope you guys obviously. I hope it turns out well for you guys.
Let me
So.
know. Let me know what time you can come up there, Renee. Probably be good if you can come up there like just before. Then you and I can kind of just get a chance to shoot the shit before we get started. You can see
Sure,
the
sounds
space
good.
work. All right, sounds good.
Awesome, guys. All right, well, Renee, I'll talk to you tomorrow. We got to figure out who Wednesday. So,
Yeah, I think I may have the jousters online. I'm just trying to
okay, yeah.
get them
That'd be
get them
neat.
situated.
Okay. Yeah, just
And
let me.
actually, you know what? Maybe we can run this past Sleepy over here. Um,
I'm exhausted. I'm
we're
exhausted.
we had an idea for a show, like to actually bring in some law enforcement to talk about the actual laws when it comes to whether it be knives or anything else. Like, listen, in Canada, you're not allowed to defend yourself,
It's fucking retarded.
but a lot of people are still seem to be all like, it's like, oh, it has to be this long and it has to be that long, and you can't have hair at the end of it. So it's something. It might be something interesting to talk about.
Yeah, let me know. And on the joust strip,
That's
let me.
actually, yeah, that's actually some information I think not a lot of people are taking into consideration. Yeah, that's so important because you defend yourself or you're carrying something you're not even aware what position you're putting yourself in. Then what? You defend yourself, and the next thing you know, you're in jail. You got to defend yourself every fucking day. I think that's a really smart topic.
What's
Australia.
crazy is
Oh,
literally the second someone covers your face, if you laying a beating on them, you've gone too far. You can go to jail for that kind of shit, which to me is amazing.
it's crazy.
Which means you got to constantly be flipping the person over.
Fucking Rene. I love him.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
Well, on that note, all right, guys. I hope it turns out well. And
Yeah, I hope so. And if not, like even if there's four people, I don't give a shit. It's gonna be four people that we're gonna work. That's it.
that's
Hey,
it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
work.
sorry, Mark. I just realized I just saw your shirt. I like that, man. Where'd you get that?
I just got that made, brother, and it's got my QR code on it, so it'll take you right to my site. I made one for Joy too. If you want
Mhm.
one, I got one coming your way.
Can my QR code be like a Rick roll? Can you do that
You can do whatever you want, bro. You can be it could be you like with leopard underwear posing with that banana. You can
again?
do it again. It can be
I'd
whatever you
rather it
want,
just
bro.
be like a close up of Dean's face with a knife in his hand saying, wait, hold on. With a knife in his hand saying, "Playtech,
Okay.
motherfucker."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I
All
gotta
right,
get
guys.
this.
I have to go. I have to
No,
go.
no.
I'll let you
All right, guys.
All right,
Thank
catch
you
you
Good
later.
so
luck.
much.
Absolutely.
Bye.
So yeah, call me. Well, touch base with me tomorrow, and we'll figure out who we're.
I would love to touch base with you, Dean.
I I know. We got to just keep that quiet.
You know what? And it's great that your camera's working because I was worried there for a second.
You know what it is? You know what? I figured out what was going on. The moment I unplugged this, it stopped that in and out. So it's the camera slash mic. Yeah,
On your laptop, on your computer.
correct. Yep. The moment I
Dean,
unplugged the external one, everything ended there. So it's definitely there. So what I'm going to have to do is um, just get a new one. Hold on. Is he back? He is back. All right. Let's end this, and then we can bring him up. Okay.
sounds good.
All right, folks. If you are interested and you are in the Toronto area, here is the flyer. Obviously, you can reach out to one of them. They'll give you more information. But it sounds like this could be a great time, informative, on the ground, etc. This guy's been doing their due diligence. So by all means, check that out. Toronto. Reach out to Mark and Rene if you got further questions. Also coming up, there will be Monday. I think doing one on Lamaco with Tony Caruso. So I'm not. You guys will see posted in the FMA discussion. And Wednesday, of course, Marshall Matt will be going. I just don't know who yet. Renee's been kind of lacking in that department, so we'll have to see what he's been doing. All right. See you guys later.